What's going on, you slutty Sith? It's me, the Dadalorian. How you guys doing? And welcome back for an episode of Sith Happens. It has been a minute since we've been here, guys. I am joined with my two bestest of friends, Matty Ice and Ant, otherwise known as Black Series Daily Desk, and I am not a committee on Instagram. Guys, it's been like a month since we did a show.
I know, man.
So
I
busy.
Know. Life is crazy. I can't wait till this is our full-time job,
long.
and then we're all good.
Disney, I'll tell you what,
yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, seriously. We'll stop swearing. I'm Matty Ice, otherwise known as Black Series Daily Desk. I think we're gonna have a fun episode, and I want us to talk about Star Wars. See, my pun was better tonight, bro. That never happened.
Mine went a little bit more on the edgy side.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm Ant. I am not a committee. Eric, I'm happy to be a co-Sith with you. I'm happy, but I'm not a slut. Okay.
I think he was just very liberal. Just very liberal, a little fluid, if you will.
But no, I'm doing good, guys. As you guys both know, I'll voice it. It's been busy as hell. Life has been pretty hectic, but we've got some fun stuff to talk about tonight. So let's get into it.
Yes, we do.
It's been so crazy. Man. The hair on Ant's face fell out.
That's actually the goddamn truth. So, all right, so what we're covering today, guys. So there had been a ton of Black Series and TVC announcements at MCM up in London. I think it was about a week or 2 weeks ago. And we're going to actually jump straight up into these because we have tons and tons of announcements that were actually, in my opinion, really fantastic ones.
I mean, it's crazy that like every time they've had a convention this year, like first we had the announcement about Han and Dash for me, at Star Wars Celebration. Yeah. Then we got into Comic-Con and they had a Saj figure that like shocked my life. Then
I think it shocked a lot of people.
Then you had Boba, which is on my bucket list also. Then now we have all 4 of the figures announced are in my most wanted figures list. So I am Mr. Stevie. Yes. I was tag him and everything. If he's listening, I'd love to be a part of it, but I want to kiss that man on the lips.
Yes. Well, we're going to jump into TVC first, guys. And first TVC we got is The Stranger, which is probably no surprise, in my opinion, given the one that came out in Black Series just a little bit ago. And already is probably one of the most desired and sought after Black Series in recent years, unless you guys think differently.
Oh, no, I agree. I mean, the Black Series figure is fantastic. Ant and I took a lot of photos of him. We just met in person in Michigan. And then I got mine, and I have like 4 photos of him in the tank. Like the Black Series, this looks great, like similar to Black Series.
It does look great. Yes. Yeah. It confuses me as to why they did the legs the way they did.
Well, because it's a little.
Is that just a TVC vibe?
I guess they couldn't do soft goods pants on a small.
Yeah, I think it would have been a little bit too hard.
Yeah, it would have been like the Climere, like the one we have in Black Series, those soft goods pants just work. But like you could see where, so it's kind of like that would be funky.
They work fantastic.
I know, but I'm saying they just work, like they work well, but there's a margin. But this one also, I mean,
I don't know. I feel like it's good.
I mean, TVC is known for being most of the time like less detailed and a little bit lower, simplistic.
Yeah, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I really don't pay attention to it enough to know. So you're just educating me here. So if I offend anyone with my comments, I'm sorry.
I mean, I think it looks pretty solid for a TVC, especially like the facial features with the beard, hair, and stuff. It looks pretty solid, honestly. And then the shots with the mask right there, I think they did a really great job with the mask. Honestly, the color, the texture looks right on par. Honestly, so
that looks like the Black Series one.
Yeah, I mean, the figure, this looks like it's going to photograph so well. And it was so encouraging when Mr. Stevie at the convention, they announced the Boba figure and like teased Kyle Katarn, showing a bunch of our friends photos that he had grabbed. But the way that they've figured out with Black Series and TVC, that the collectors in your base are people like us that photograph the figures, and they're gearing everything towards that, even with the increased articulation and that Boba figure's feet for posability.
Yeah, that's good.
It is so cool. It's so encouraging and fun to be a collector right now, knowing that everything that's coming out is with us in mind. Like, thank God he came back to the brand.
Yeah,
and the thing that's a no-brainer about it is that it does not hurt you at all, because the little kid portion of that, they don't give 2 shits. They're going to play with it either way, whether it's detailed or not.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's going to make no difference to that fan base, whereas us, the collectors, are going to like it even more. So it really is genius.
Yeah, I will say the only thing recently that's kind of sucked with the Black Series and TVC that's happened is these price hikes that are happening right now. Because it's happening to everything. So I mean, it's really not unexpected. Yeah. But you know, it's definitely getting a little bit pricey to be a collector.
Oh, for sure,
it is. But this is where we have to exercise patience. You know, we know a lot, not all, but a lot of these figures will drop in price if you wait for it. Like I did, like Neil on Amazon, I saw him for $13 the other day.
I know he was insanely sought after at the beginning.
Yeah, and I still recently I haven't looked really in a little bit, but he's still been up in the normal retail market, and he was at like 36, 39 or something like that on Amazon for a while. So I mean, they fluctuate. Yeah. So Matt, I'm not gearing to say you, but like if you can, just wait a minute, because a lot of them will go on sale.
Oh yeah, I never wait a minute. What's funny is the one figure I've been waiting to reduce in price is the Vernestra, and then I would have all the Acolyte figures, but it's just not my. Like, it doesn't have the light whip like on whatever. But I was trying to find her when I visited Aunt in Michigan, because I was like, in person, that's just I wanted to feel alive. But I'm just waiting for her price. Yeah, man. I was just waiting for her price to drop, and it just hasn't, which is really interesting when you think about what some of the other Acolyte figures are going for right now.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I had an echo on my phone.
By the way, to all our listeners, I lost the lightsaber blade from my Cal Kestis from Survivor. So if anybody has one they want to send, we'll let you be on the podcast. Sorry, guys, I'm offering that up right now. But yeah,
that's good. That's a good idea,
right.
Matt.
Nice. Got to do what you got to do.
You're still struggling with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. Just any part I've lost.
Anyways, we're gonna move on to the next TVC to come out, which another nice one was the Darth Vader Return of the Jedi Emperor's Wrath, which
that's cool.
Like this is a nice one, honestly. Like it's and like one of the ones like, did we need this? No, but I think it's really cool because it's got the good details with the zooming in too much. The hand cut off, the lightning, and then the clear helmet.
Oh, I love that.
I think especially if you're a TVC toy photographer, this is going to actually be really great to do some photos with, to be real.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Do they have a side view of that? You know how in the movie when he's getting shot,
this is the only photo I have of it, unfortunately.
For a second you can see his skull with like the metal in his neck. So I was like, is that on this figure? Because I don't collect TVC, but that's pretty cool. I would think about this figure just for fun to be on my desk if it had that.
Yeah, kind of similar vibe there. I don't remember which line it was in, but there was a Vader in a 3 3/4 inch line that it was like the Dagobah Vader, and it had it had like almost
I think that was
to it, and then the mask came off and Luke was underneath.
So cool.
So I think that was the
another one that's
3
not
3/4 Black
necessary.
Series.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. I didn't know that.
Awesome figure. I loved it.
I looked,
and so I mean, cool figure. I like this.
Well,
go figure.
The thing about the TVC figures that's tough for me is the proportions on the arm where it connects the wrists. If they're wearing a jacket or like gloves, it's a little easier. But like I almost bought the Han Solo, the new one, when I was visiting Aunt. But the way the flesh on the hands connected to the wrist, it's like it has to be because they're small, like chunky. And that, like, I don't know why, but for whatever reason, that really bothers me. But it was a good looking figure in person. I mean, TVC has also come a long way, as far as quality. And they're redoing a lot of figures that they kept re-releasing that didn't have the ball joint legs, which is kind of cool, which I'm sure people that photograph TVC love, because a lot of the guys that we know that do that rarely use those older figures.
Yeah, I have a few of them still. I got out of TVC just because I wanted to focus more on Black Series, but like I have a couple of the newer ones, and like the ball joints on them are really nice compared to the older ones.
Yeah,
so that's cool. All right, boys. Well, we're gonna move right along, and we got the last TVC, I believe, which is
they've made this. It's such a dumb figure. Like I get that it's Shadow Warrior, and like it's just the package for people that collect in box, but. Like I love this figure, the Black Series, and I actually own the TVC, but this re-release is like such like a there's nothing different.
I don't know if it's a complete re-release because I think the facial sculpt is new.
Yeah, it's a little different.
And then also like so I don't remember seeing this one in TVC personally. Like
I own it.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't remember seeing it. Was it from the Clone Wars season 7? Okay, so that would make sense. So, but yeah, I don't have this one. I didn't have this one in TVC, and I've been trying to find it in Black Series for like a decent price, but it's a little bit up there, kind of. But it is cool in the sense that it's the first actual one we get from Maul Shadow Lord.
Yeah, and this is my second favorite Maul figure after the Rebels one, just because you know how I feel about Rebels, but. This figure, especially if you have Savage, is such a fun figure to photograph. Maybe TVC will get Savage, but I mean, what excites me about this is we know Shadow Warrior comes out next year, so we're definitely going to get some Black Series. And with Ahsoka Season 2 and The Mandalorian, I feel like I am going to have to wait for figures because I do not have the kind of money for those pre-orders.
Yeah.
But it's going to be great. What I'm curious about is like what they're going to do with Din, like with the Mando proper.
Yeah.
For the movie, because in the trailer, he just looks like Mando. So they're going to have to release a figure. So I'm wondering if they're going to go the route like they did when Ahsoka figures came out, where it's just a re-release at first because, you know, she gets cool. She becomes Ahsoka the White later. But so maybe Mando gets some armor upgrade or something in the movie. But I am very curious because a lot of those figures they've made of those characters look like they do in the movie. Maybe we'll get a live action Zeb though, which is like that's now. I'm putting it on my wanted list.
Be really sweet.
So cool.
I bet we will. I mean, he's in the trailer.
I know, doing the coolest move of all, like Zeb doing parkour. Come on. I yelled Zeb and pointed when I watched that.
You don't want to know what I did.
All right, well, I think we're moving into Black Series now. Yep. So we got Seventh Sister, which I know you're stoked for this one, Matt.
Hell,
awesome.
Yes. I mean, this has been a figure very close to the top of my list for a really long time. I love that it comes with the fanning blades. I love that it comes with a little probe droid. I feel like it could be a little bit bigger, but it's awesome. Like, and now I have Fifth Brother. I have her. I can do Rebels, you know, recreation shots. Like, I am so stoked. And they did a great job of making her look like the cartoon character, but then adding that element of reality like they did with the Rebels figures. And I think it's just like she will stand perfectly with all my Inquisitor figures. And I am. I think she was the first one they showed when they were making the announcements. And I was like, every convention is the best moment of my life the minute Hasbro talks. Like, this figure is just so cool.
This one is one I'm particularly excited about as well. The Inquisitor, all the Inquisitors, honestly, are really they're awesome. So this will be a great one. I still don't have the Ahsoka
Marok.
What's his name? Marok.
First brother. I found out I was wrong about that on the last podcast. He is first brother.
Oh, sorry.
He was.
So cool. Bring that up.
Yeah, no, the
I know, and that one is one that skyrocketed too. I mean, I don't think he's super expensive, but I think he's around 45 or 50 right now.
Yeah, he was going up. I mean, I
had a friend get him at a comic shop opened, and it was like $50.
Jesus. I love them, the Inquisitor figures, the articulation, because they're very dynamic characters.
I'll get him.
I got lucky and found them in a Walmart. Like, I got really lucky with that.
I was saying I love the
Inquisitor I'm hoping one day I will get lucky.
Fair enough. But I'm super stoked about this one, to be honest with you. Looks great. Love the droid, like Matt said. And this will be a fun one.
Yeah. Just the articulation, like I was saying on the Inquisitor figures, like they're dynamic characters and they do a great job of these where you can really pose them in their moves.
Oh yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah.
Even the one,
like the female ones, I think are like mostly like they can pretty much do any pose you want, which is awesome.
I agree with that because that Second Sister one I got from the one you guys got for my birthday last year is like extremely posable.
Yeah, that one is awesome. I was just shooting her a couple days ago, but like Fifth Brother is he's a little on the bulky side, so he's a little bit more difficult, but he's still pretty easy.
Really, I think he can hit good poses. Like when I got him, him and the Grand Inquisitor is just a great figure. I actually bought two to rip the cape off one, so he could look more like his Rebels character than his Obi-Wan character. Because I was like, I don't want to destroy the figure. That's my favorite version. I think it's just so cool.
So I think that those ones too, I think are where they started making the transitions in the figures. So like there was, some work they were doing. But anyways, dope figure. Can't wait for it to get released.
It will make a wonderful addition.
Oh my god, I was so stoked for this figure. He's such a cool character. I love the book he's in with Asajj. I love the way they used him at the beginning of Tales of the Underworld. Like Quinlan Vos, the Obi-Wan pictures you can take with Quinlan Vos are just off the charts. He's a Jedi that's undercover, that's a badass, like doesn't follow the code fully. I mean, and it looks so good. Like the face on that figure, it is so cool.
Which is crazy, his backstory, because like when you think about it, you know, when we were speaking with Nashir when he came on the show a few months back, like it was basically the same type of concept of what he thought Bo Dakuna's character's backstory would have been like, honestly. So it's kind of cool to get that perspective on it. And I mean, yeah, dude, it like the facial features on this alone, fucking top tier, honestly.
Yeah, it's so great. Good. I think also when they do figures like this, where he was only in one movie for like a second, and then a couple episodes, and then a couple episodes. Yeah, he is all lore, this character. And then when he was in the Clone Wars, because there's not really a face they have to scan, I find that the new scans on faces are great, but I find that on figures like this, the faces look even better because they don't have to have a reference point; they just have a good sculptor to do the mold. Yeah. So I think like that, and it comes through here. And I mean, even the way they did the paint or the tattoo, whatever that is, over the bridge of his nose, it just looks so dynamic and like he's a badass, and this figure looks like a badass. I love it.
This is going to be a really good one to photograph too, honestly.
My vote is this is going to be a figure you want to pre-order like I did. I think this is one of those figures so many people want. It'll go up. It'll be at least double within 2 months. That's my vote on it. Like, I think this guy's going to fly off the shelves.
I agree. And the next two we're going to show off, I think, are in the same boat as well, honestly.
Yeah.
Which is this guy, also, 100%.
Oh, my God.
Like, I don't think this is one I don't think I've been as excited for an action figure, like, announcement or anything like that since they announced they were re-releasing Nihilus for this guy, because like this is like stuff that like the three of us especially grew up with, playing Dark Forces and stuff when we were younger and shit. Like I know that's where I learned about Kyle Katarn was Dark Forces 2. That easily one of the like old ass Star Wars video game. Graphics were shit compared to now, but like the lore behind it is just absolutely ridiculous. And
they had horrendous live action cutscenes in that I love. But like just for listeners, we have a lot of listeners that are very heavy into Star Wars, but there's a lot of importance to this character for those that don't know.
Oh yeah.
Dark Forces was a first person shooter akin to like the original Doom. It came out at a time when there was no Star Wars content. Star Wars was kind of dead, and this is around when Dark Empire, the comic, came back, and the Heir to the Empire series and kind of revived Star Wars. But this was your first taste of not only Star Wars gaming, but lore, because this character stole the Death Star plans in the original lore in that game. So not only is a lot of people like us been waiting for this figure, there is an extreme importance to the culture of Star Wars for a lot of us for this character. So yeah, Eric, I think you're right. This is one. I ordered 2 of him. I'm like, I want one for the shelf, one for myself on this guy.
That's pretty fair. And honestly, so like with this too, you're talking about how this came in like we got introduced to Kyle Katarn during this period where there really was no Star Wars. I think this in part, like the content like that, like Shadows of the Empire game, Dark Forces and stuff like that, that stuff really did the revival going into Phantom Menace getting released, honestly.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. See, I never played that game, so I don't have that background. I just know of it from what you guys have said. But he was in the Jedi Apprentice game. Jedi Academy game. He was like one of the instructors at the temple, right?
Yeah,
like you did missions for him.
Well, in old lore, he and Cam Solusar became the battle masters for the new Jedi Order, and they like developed a technique that merged all of the lightsaber techniques, so you could teach somebody more quickly because they were getting in so many wars. They needed Jedi, so they were so good with their lightsabers. They figured out a way to how to make these young Jedi good with their lightsabers quickly. So there's a lot of cool, like if people want to look him up, stuff with him in Legends that like is pretty badass. Yeah. Like he ends up being Luke's friend after Return of the Jedi. Like there's just a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if there's a video game they need to remake, Dark Forces and Dark Forces 2 are easily right up there. Yes, 100%.
I'd buy a PC so I could play them because that's what you had to play it on back in the day. Like, make it really authentic. Yeah, with my mouse clicking to shoot. Yeah.
Remember AOL dial-up?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Wow, we're old.
BRB, dinner time.
right,
Mom,
and we're moving
get off
into.
The phone.
I don't think
hours, man.
I don't think our young crowd would even understand that right
Yeah,
now.
100%.
Moving into our final, I believe it's our final Black Series.
It is
the Jedi Dooku, which honestly stoked that we get this.
I couldn't believe they made this. Like I know it was rumored.
Yeah, they're getting a little bit better about these Tales of ones because I think it's the second one I think it's the second figure to come out from the Tales series.
Yeah, no, I know. There's been a lot of like shit talk about the face sculpt, like looking like Nicolas Cage. I can see it, but if you look at the face sculpt, it looks like Christopher Lee without a beard. The one with the beard looks like Christopher Lee when he was young. I think they did a really good job. I think the Nicolas Cage thing, sure, but when I was looking at the figure, my first reaction was great face sculpt, and then I read that reaction. So I guess for some people, but it's awesome. And you get him, think of the Yoda photos you can take with him. Like off the
so my
just so
take
cool.
Would be like I think it's akin to Christopher Lee in perfectly. The Nicolas Cage thing I think is hilarious, and I will agree. I could see it a little bit, but he looks 100% more like who he should than like Nicolas Cage.
No, yeah.
And so the real question is somebody going to use this figure and make a meme? I'm going to steal the Jedi archives.
Well, there's a meme with
I will certainly do that.
Well, you know the Pedro Pascal Nicolas Cage meme from that movie where they're in the car? There is a meme where somebody superimposed the face of this figure on Nicolas Cage and that terrible. Remember the Walmart exclusive Din Djarin where the helmet came off and it looked like somebody pressed Pedro Pascal's face.
Oh my god, yeah.
And it's that face because it looks like it's smiling, and it is. They still have not nailed Pedro Pascal's face. I may buy the Mr. Fantastic figure because that looks better and take the head off to put on one of my Mandos because that's the closest they've gotten. He's got a face like Mark Hamill, where I feel like they just can't. I'm going to show tonight something where they kind of did. They just there's like one thing off, like the face is too thin with the Luke figures, or like the nose is a little small. Like it just doesn't quite hit.
Old man Luke was pretty spot on.
Oh, old man Luke was good. I'll give you that. But that's the beard. It's easy. It's easier with the beard.
Yeah,
we need a.
I know
so badly from Last Jedi. Like when he's in Jedi, older Luke. We need that figure.
I know.
I'm looking up at
maybe
looking up my collection now.
People are kind of getting a little bit more tuned back into the sequels a little bit, I think.
I don't know if you saw Mr. Stevie posted that he was watching Rise of Skywalker, and then he and Yakface posted They Fly Now. So I am pretty hopeful that we're going to get like a 2-pack. It'll probably be an exclusive that's a fortune with a definitive Rise of Skywalker Finn and Poe, because like that was missing when they came out. So that's what I'm hoping for.
I thought that was what they were saying for the Ewok Valentine's Day release.
But they fly now? Oh, because it's a Cupid figure.
Wings.
That's true. That's true.
That is true, actually. So
yeah, it's a shame.
That's what a lot of people speculated that I saw.
Yeah, it's a shame that the sequel figures came out also at a time when they were still working out the best they could do with the faces and the articulation. Because I'm mixed on the sequels, as we know. We did that episode, but I do like a lot in them, and there's a lot of figures I would want from them. Like I said, the Luke from Crate with the fight from Kylo at the end of Last Jedi. I would love that figure, and I feel like based on how sequel figure sales did, because these are geared at adults, and adults, a lot of them didn't like it. It's a bummer that we may not get more, but I'm encouraged because at Comic-Con, they show that they kind of changed what they call the different moments in the timeline. And they said for the 50th anniversary next year, they're going to start ramping up and really touching on multiple points in the timeline. So I'm encouraged that we might get some cool stuff from the sequels.
Yep. So, and we get just one final look at all of these guys in the boxes. So, honestly, I'm super stoked for all these ones, to be honest with you guys. It's going to be really, really sick once we get these dropped.
About Second Sister and then Dukes.
Seventh?
You own Second Sister. I've seen
Oh, did I say the wrong one?
No, you said that these Inquisitors. I'm like I think it's 10th Sister or 9th Sister. I'm like the big one from Fallen Order. That's the best I got.
That's the one we need.
I mean, if you read the Darth Vader comics where they introduced her, I mean, great great character background. And those Darth Vader comics, I love that he didn't want to train the Inquisitors. So the reason why they all have like mechanical body parts is when they would spar, he would just be like, fuck it, and cut their arm off. So like all of the like mechanical stuff and weird stuff on them is because Darth Vader just didn't like them and went too hard when they were in the dojo.
Okay, gotcha.
Nice.
All right. Well, that wraps up our announcements from MCM, which, by the way, all of them completely amazing. My computer went crazy there for a second.
It's so excited. Your computer's excited too. It fainted.
Apparently. Yeah. So, but yeah. So, anyways, that wraps up. Like, it's honestly, my computer's acting very strange today. So fingers crossed that nothing stupid happens. We're going to go into our collector's corner here in just a minute. But before we jump into that, we are going to jump into some SaberMax stuff. So that is the wrong screen though. So I do apologize for showing off something different.
Ooh. Sorry, it wasn't the other rug screen, you know.
Yeah, I was like,
whoa, easy.
Yeah, sorry. Nice noodles. So I don't.
I don't even know what that is, but I'm not going to.
She's the lead singer of the Max Rebo band in Return of the Jedi. Come on, brother.
Oh, okay. I forgot the name. Okay.
Ari is validating my Charles Sue Vader comics. By the way, we have Ari, friend of cast, Ant's brother, frequent guest.
Yes. But anyways, guys, so we do have this right here. The SaberMax is going on on SaberMax right now. There's a great sale going on. So we got November 7th through 9th. They're having a weekend flash sale of 15% off every order of $100 or more. This is going to be for only the next 2 days, basically. So jump on that one you can. And on top of that, showing off one of my own sabers from them really quick. I got a different collector's corner, but I wanted to show this off because I used it for my Halloween costume this week, which was the Reborn. It is the Revan Jedi saber. And to kind of even give you guys a little bit of a better look, so to say, I figured I love the twist feature on this. I don't know if
hello.
So let me try. Hold on.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's how it turns out.
Like that. I mean, that saber is. I can't imagine that if you were fighting with that. Like Eric, hold up the hilt a little closer. Like that, it looks like the most uncomfortable lightsaber on the planet to handle.
It is actually not that bad, to be completely honest with you. Like the Black Series one was drastically bulkier than this one.
It's just the angles on that. You know, the teeth, I guess you would call them, or like tuning forks around it. Very cool.
I mean, if you're really going
holding it right there, it's really not that bad. But yeah, I can see where you're going with that though. So
I have like an all metal Anakin saber that a friend of mine gave me, and it weighs a ton, which is awesome because they're supposed to. But when you really try to grip that sucker, the bottom, the way the like bladed, like the bottom of it, that hurts. And if you remember when we had our guest Adashir on, he was saying when they use that lightsaber in shows, they actually add little plastic pieces between those ribs, because the actors' hands start to like get cut on them, which I thought was like a very cool, fun fact.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That is cool.
And like honestly, that right there, definitely more comfortable than the Black Series one because I had that one that I was using with my costume for a long time. Anyways, like I said, you can get that on SaberMax. 15% sale going on right now, and then if you add on to that, you have my code, the Dadalorian Special, gets you another $10 off. But guys, that brings us to our favorite portion of tonight's show, which is going to be Collector's Corner. Now, Matt, I know for a fact that you have something special saved for us, so I'm gonna have you go last, and I'm gonna go ahead with something that I got this week, which has arguably been one of the figures I like. I think aside from Nihilus, this is the one I've been after the most, and it is
that
Darth
figure
Malgus.
Is so cool. When I got him, I was like, oh my God. And everything comes off. The faceplate comes off. The hood is awesome. The figure's a masterpiece. Yeah. And from a different era in Black Series too. And it like stood above.
Yeah. Like I'll say, so I was messing around with this. So as you guys saw, finally started doing the dios and stuff like that, which I got my first dio photo with this the other day. But yeah, I love this thing. I will say the only thing that is that is not a huge fan for me is it's like so bulky and like Darth biceps thing, so it can't get like a really big arm twist right there. It's basically so
Yeah, no, but my thing about the figure, I love the figure. My only like minor gripe is when you're photographing it, the hood kind of tends to block the face a little bit, even when it's down. But I mean, it's just such a cool figure. And with the hood up, like you can get such awesome silhouette shots. And I love that in the games, he is a big dude, right?
Oh,
so
yeah,
his
he's a
lightsaber
monster.
is giant and the blade is giant. And like, it's just like a chunky, like that is a blade that cuts people down the middle without any, without a problem. And I think like they really do a good job of the intimidating nature of him. I hope they make a Satele Shan so you could have them like, so you can have them fight. But it's just an awesome figure. And I love, if anybody ever likes watching cutscenes, the cutscene from the game, from the opening, you can see how absolutely badass he is. And it's a great fight scene. It looks like watching, animation.
Yeah, honestly, they need to make stuff like that, to be honest with you. But yeah, that was one I was after for years at this point, because it dropped during the COVID era, I think. And it was like in one of the, what do you call them? The windowless boxes. And I just never saw it at a GameStop or anything. And then it popped up recently on Amazon for like regular price, which for this was like $35. And I was like, absolutely, because they've been going for something like in the range of like 60, 70, $80 depending on what you're looking at. Oh yeah, they were expensive.
What's Malik going for? I should look, because I never photographed that figure, and I got him just for ribbon.
$39.99.
He got re-release.
Yeah,
he got re-release, and he's only at like $25 on Amazon now.
Yeah, that character has the worst costume of all time. Like he's wearing like a red spandex suit. Like I never understood that, but still a really cool figure, and also huge and intimidating, like it's supposed to be. And I love that.
Yeah, honestly, dope. Super happy about it. Yeah. So, Ant, what do you got for us?
Okie dokie. I am going with my good friend here, Director Krennic.
This is because of me.
So I just
because of me.
Just photographed this guy. I did not. This is not a figure I was like super pumped about, but let me tell you why I like it. Why he's different than the other one, and that's gonna be everything. Everything is different, and it may not look like it at first glance, but obviously he's got a different outfit, so that's cool. But soft goods cloak. Usually, I'm not like super. I don't care either way. It's like whatever. But this one, I really do. It flows really well on him. Now check out Matthew. His gun.
Yeah. It's that awesome blaster that he used.
That it's the same exact gun that comes with the other Director Krennic. It's just actually got some detail to it.
Yes, I love that.
Oh, okay.
Because I had detail to all my blasters.
I got it.
Next.
Sorry, Ant, I didn't move you over to the big screen.
If you want to take a
all right, show everything again. I mean, the face sculpt on that is so good versus the old one.
It is.
Yeah. And then lastly, there's more. Look at these legs.
Oh, yeah.
No more poof pants.
Yes, and also new construction legs, which is great.
Yeah.
I had that figure I passed on because I was kind of like saving money, and I was like, it's just another Krennic. And since then, I've regretted it because it's a little harder to get. And then when I saw Ant take a photo of it, I was like, I never photographed Krennic because it's not that first figure is bad. It's like just very early Black Series.
But do you see what really kind of bothers me is that like they put out the other Krennic again and they labeled it as Andor, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And they didn't update the sculpt.
Yeah, they just
like if you're going to put out the same exact figure again, why not update the sculpt?
Yeah, and I mean that was I think
it's the same one from Rogue One.
I mean the re-release in that series of K2SO, like I love K2, but they've used that mold 60 times and you can readily get a K2 at a discount. So I was like, I mean, I get why they did it because like, they need to fill out the wave, but I'm like, so we're not going to get a Cyril or a Melshi or
we better at some point,
but we're getting K2 for literally, they made him with Rogue One. They made him when they re-released him in like the purple line. And then they made the 2 droids that are just him wearing a backpack from Survivor. And now they've made him for Cassian, and it's the same figure. I love that figure, but it's just like one of those ones that every time they re-release them, I'm like, it's taking up space from something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
No, I agree.
So that just kind of confuses me. But I mean, The only reason I bought that one was because I had gotten the Rogue One loose at a comic store when I lived in North Carolina, and I didn't have the cloak, and I wanted to have his cloak. So when he got re-released, they discounted him at my Target. So I was like, heck yeah, I'll pick him up. And then I made a custom out of the Rogue One.
Nice. Perfect idea.
So anyways, he's a great figure. Highly recommend. If you see him, pick him up.
Hell yeah.
All right. Am I batter up?
You're batter up,
buddy.
All right. So this week, a set that I was very excited about when it got announced this past summer came. I originally bought the set for this as a spoiler. The Bespin Rail Battle. This piece is gigantic, by the way, next to a figure. Like, look at the size. It is, for those listening, it is the Bespin, Luke, and Vader duel set. I'm showing the platform right now. The platform is massive. I used it for a photo I put up today. One thing is I don't love recreating scenes from movies, so I buy it. Like, originally when I bought this, I was like, okay, cool, new Luke, don't really care about Vader. But this is going to be in 100 photos. I love on this the tower that's on it splits in half like a lightsaber.
I love that.
The one thing that's funny is this did not come with instructions, and while it's pretty intuitive when you start, it takes you like maybe 5 to 10 minutes to be like, okay, I figured out, because each like individual piece of railing is separate, but it's just awesome. And like for photographers, this is multitudes you can do with this.
Yeah,
but then
definitely.
also just like, I mean, as a display piece, it's fantastic. But what I was surprised about was, like I said, I thought, okay, cool, new Luke, Vader, whatever. I like a wired cape. When I opened them, I was so surprised by how delighted I was by the figures. This is just your standard Empire Strikes Back Vader, but this wired cape and the way I just took a photo of him that's going up tomorrow, the way you can get him in, I'm not going to show the figure too hard because everybody has it. These like dynamic, like poses and the cape flowing. I'm having trouble right now on camera. Like, it is just, it made me fall in love with this figure. And I don't take a lot of Vader shots, and now I think I will. But we've seen this Vader, that's the wired cape. The real gem here is this Luke. Completely new Bespin mold with completely new belt, showing him on the screen with the beat up face. This is probably unfortunately, because it's beat up, the best Mark Hamill face I think they've done. Like, it really looks like him.
It really looks like it.
It's the new version of the lightsaber, of the Anakin lightsaber that came with the 2-pack from Comic-Con. So it's not that much different. It's just a little thicker, so it doesn't like get loose in the hands. Full, modern articulation. The one thing I will say is it was a little lazy. They used some peg hands in it with, the joints instead of the new ones that have like the ball joint.
Okay.
Minor gripe. But here's the thing that's just me being a blaster nerd that I love. So there's a common misnomer that Luke and Han are using the same DL-44 in Empire. They're not. Luke's has, I'm holding up the blaster, a raised scope on a platform right here. Han's is connected to the side. And the fact that they thought about that for this figure is just the level of detail. And what I also really like, and this is exceptionally nerdy, is the blaster in Luke's hand in the movie, the grip came out below his hand because, Mark Hamill's a little guy. The blasters on this specific blaster and all the Empire figures is pretty tiny. It could be bigger, but because of the small hand, the blaster does, I don't know if you can see it on camera because of my light. The grip comes out from under his hand. So it really looks like you're recreating. Unfortunately, it's not, he didn't use this when he got all jacked up, but it can get that pose. So I'm optimistic we'll get a regular update on Bespin Luke, and that'll be awesome. And I think also what I like about this is the last point, as a kid who collected action figures, like the Batman toys, the Ninja Turtle toys, there was always a battle damaged figure that they would make. That was super cool. And this is that. So it brings back that nostalgia. It's got the ripped knees.
Yeah.
If you look at the detail, the pockets are ripped on the shoulder there. And I just took a photo of him tonight, my first photo. I was a little worried with editing that the bruised eye would get, lost, especially when you're, cleaning up, sharpening. But it stayed. You can really see it. And that's like a testament to how they painted it on or, printed it on. But yeah, this is, I saw somebody in the comments just say, that's the best Luke they've made. I think it was our boy, Aaron Anthony. What's up, dude? But it is honestly, like I said, it might be my favorite Luke figure. And I'm more of a Luke and Jedi fan. But this figure, I'm going to have to find a lot of reasons to kick his ass in photos because photographed beautifully and cleanly, even, before I started editing. So I'm just going to show the face again because it is probably one of the best face scans I've seen. Really, as I'm looking at it on camera,
fantastic.
This is again a set still on sale. The set, I think a lot of people balked at it for the reasons I did. Like, do I need another Luke? Vader with a wired cape, same Vader they've released 19 times over the last 5 years. So I really bought it for the Dio piece. And taking it out, I'm telling you, for those that were on the fence and didn't do it, taking it out of the box, you are going to feel different. They did enough with a brand new Luke and that wired cape to make this an exciting set. And I feel like maybe that didn't come through. The photos they took of it when they promoted it were really close up. But yeah, cannot recommend this set enough.
Hell yeah, man.
Wow.
Well, I'll just tell you what, we all had some pretty good collector's corners for us for this coming back today.
Hell yeah.
We had time to get toys. That's the best part of the break.
That is true. So,
yeah.
All right, boys. Well, that wraps it up for today. For everybody who joined us today, we wanted to say a quick thank you for stopping in, and thank you for as we took our little break, so to say. Now, if you guys want to check us out on all of our platforms, please visit us on our Instagram at Sith Happens _Star Wars podcast. We'll have the link tree to all of our various links on there, including the SaberMax link that I was showing you guys earlier. All right, boys, that wraps us up for today.
SaberMax.
Ant, why don't you start
by SaberMax?
Yeah, no, guys. Oh man, this was great. I'm glad we were able to finally get together for the first time in does feel like forever, but a couple weeks. So anyways, awesome figure releases. I'm excited for all of them too. The 4 that we just really hit on the Black Series, every one of them, like we said, looks amazing. So we got a bright future here for some Black Series collectors. But I am not a committee. Go check me out if you want on Instagram. I'm there, and we'll see you next week.
I'd like to say you do want to check out I am not a committee, not even if you just want to. It's awesome. But I am Matty Ice, otherwise known as Black Series Daily Desk. Check me out too, and you will want to. And I just want to say it's great to be back with you guys. These new releases. I got a heart made of Kyber, and my lights are glowing. So I am very excited about them. And I'll just say, may the force be with you always. And I have friends everywhere.
And guys, I am Eric the Dadalorian. Appreciate you guys joining in with us, and we look forward to seeing you again next time. This is the way.
Ooh.